All right, folks. All right, everybody. Welcome back. Welcome. Today we're gonna be doing something else. I don't know. I really wish I could learn Blender. This thing is recording. Screen. Try here. Okay. All right. Welcome back, everybody. We're going to attempt. So where the heck is the files? Open file. These three are not mine. They're just examples that the previous that I hired a 3D artist, which now I completely regret. You're probably wondering why. Me and him, we had an agreement. He wanted to sell me a 3D model because I had said I was looking for a 3D model. And I told him I'd give you 150 if you add an extra model. He agreed. But after payment and everything, it was the worst. This guy has to be the worst. Why the files will not open? As I said, I wanted to, I wanted to pay via PayPal just to keep us safe, but this guy did not want to insert his ID through PayPal, and he was demanding via Cash App, and told me, dude, I'm not gonna scam you. I refunded you the money to PayPal, and yeah, because we had issues. He was told that he needed to wait 120 days. I don't know whether he was lying. Give me a second. Wait, object mode. Yes. Now I regret giving him the money via Cash App, because right now he's ignoring me. I don't know what is going on with him. Maybe he's doing it on purpose. I have no idea. Maybe he does not wanna, I don't know, give me the money. And I said, well, that's completely fine. You were willing to sell me an existing model for $150. I'm willing to take that one. The only thing you have to do is give me the existing model and give me the other $50, because the agreement was that he was supposed to give me the both characters for $150. But after payment, I really regret giving him the money. I would not. Yeah, I would not try to negotiate with him. Wow, this is a nice cup. So my advice, if you want to negotiate, is probably wonder, like, what the heck are you trying to do, Max? Try to fix this cup of coffee, though. You probably wonder what I did there. I just clicked Control R. I still remember those details. So basically, what Solidifier does is makes the inside of the cup open, to keep it to ensure that people do not cut themselves. Like to make sure that all of this is not Sharpie and all of that. Now this is a good cup. Nice. Extremely nice. And subdivision, I don't know what the heck is this for. It is, but you see those shady stuff. You see all of this, how it looks like. This, little white lines. It's to render the cup to look more like how likely you want it for it to be realistic. I'm just gonna leave it on 3 though. That's what it is. Like I said, Control R's for some sort of loop and everything. I still have not know. I don't know what the heck all of this is for. I don't know. I don't know how to do Blender, man. I really wish I could do Blender. Now I need to save. What do I save? It's about file right there. So clear. Let's see if it works now. I really work a little bit. In my opinion, I work decent, so I better work. Nice, yeah, boy, yeah, nice. Now we don't have to deal with that all over again. And if we want to focus on a second object, we can just no. Click underneath tab. There is a button on top of tab. I don't know what is that button. You click that one on top of tab. Then you want to click my selected, and then it will take you straight to the donut. I really wish I could provide photos, but if you watch my previous YouTube channel, you see all the command keys that I paused them so you can take a photo. Probably wonder like, why not just I go watch the original video? You can technically do that, but yeah, it's a nice donut. I gotta tell you that. Now we're missing the plate. How do we get a plate? Place this 2 delicious cup of coffee and a donut. Nah, don't save. I resave it. So, what do you guys want to do today? What do you guys want to do? Give me a second. I'm trying to display. Because last time I ended up checking the video, I realized I was playing Half-Life and there was no audio in that game. I was like, you gotta be kidding, there's no audio? I just wasted who knows talking right there to myself alone. There was no audio. I'm super stressed out, of getting scammed. So I'm just gonna let you guys choose what do we do today. Should we continue Blender and attempt to learn Blender? I really want to learn Blender right now. Or should we play Export Foundation? What do you guys think? Probably wondering why the heck are you going to Khan Academy, Max? Well, since I'm not receiving any replies, we're gonna go for Khan Academy. This is all the topic. Initially I wanted all of these 2 topics, and this, and this. Probably one that's a lot of algebra, don't you think? Yeah, that's a lot of algebra, I gotta tell you that. A lot. Initially, I wanted it because I wanted to understand calculus, because I wanted to go into computer science and understand programming. I don't know whether it's even worth it or not, to be honest. I don't know whether it's even worth it. What do you think you should start from? Algebra 1, Algebra 2, get ready for algebra, or algebra basics, or pre-algebra? Factors drove me crazy. Trust me, all of this are very difficult for me. Never encountered this my entire life, but I done it anyways. So watch the damn stupid videos from Khan Academy. Or should we try IXL? Complex numbers. What do you guys think though? You gotta be kidding. Are you actually serious? I slept all day. How come I'm still sleepy? You gotta be kidding. I need a soda. What do you guys think though? I have to be honest, I'm not in the mood to do mathematics, but for you fans, anything. Anything. I say, screw it, let's go for Blender. We're gonna watch the videos together, bro. This is what we saw last time, correct?
And it can
Yeah, it's definitely the one that we saw last time. Let's go to his playlist. Man, I am so bored right now. I gotta tell you that. Boredom is killing me. Ah! Tell you what,
welcome back. It is time to make our
alright,
coffee
never mind.
mug look like a coffee mug and not like a sad.
Let me remind you, we're watching this together, folks. Together, and we here to learn. Together. Or if you want to consider your kid to watch me learn Blender, I guess. I consider it more like learning together, to be honest. After all, this is a learning channel. Show the rest of the video, I guess.
Little cup. So we could try to model this from our imagination because like, hey, we all pick up coffee mugs, we know what they look like, or we think we know what they look like. Something that you learn very quickly in 3D is that when you model something from imagination, it almost always comes out looking a little bit funny. And the reason for that is that your brain is very good at like abstracting away the information that isn't important to it. Like if you just close your eyes right now and just think of a doorknob, like what does a doorknob look like, right? If you had to make one in Blender,
Man,
what would it
dude,
be? It's like, okay,
well, like a coffee mug look like. Just add something right there to hold the coffee, and just add a plate underneath, and some sprinkles on the donut. It's more than enough, don't you think, guys?
Okay, well, it's like a sphere bit. You like grip it, you turn it, and there's like a cylinder thing at the back, and there's a cylinder that connects it, and that's kind of it. But then if you were to make that, you end up with something that looks really basic and boring and bad. And then you go actually look at a real doorknob and you forget there's all this
Do
other
let me know
detail that's
whether you
just
guys can hear or
not
not.
important to your brain. Like the little lip inside, the little hole that's on there that's so you can put a key in to kind of like pry it open, or like a rim that kind of like cuts into it. So there's like a separate seam around it. There's the privacy lock on the front. All these things that just don't matter to you when you're turning a handle. And so you forgot that they even existed because you never even saw it really. So the same thing applies to even something as common as a coffee mug. So it helps when possible to use reference images. Now, you can get reference images from anywhere because we have the power of the internet. And you can type in handmade coffee mug and you can pick any mug you want to create. And there's a lot. And, if you want to pick one of these, if you want to just go on Google Images, you can pick one of these and go for it. I'm going to give you an image that I've used, but there's some really pretty ones here. And I was actually shocked just whilst like clicking on some of these sites before. I was like, oh yeah, like that's a cute little handmade mug. And then you go like, oh my gosh, $123.25. And that's a discount from $145. And then you think like, oh, it must be like a one of one, like, a unique thing. Like, no, there's like 9 reviews. Like people are buying it.
Are making me sleepy.
I'm like, I don't know. I gotta make
more
money
or something. The video for a second. I'll be right back. Give me a second.
I don't know how people are buying $123 coffee mugs. I think it's also like...
I'll be right back. I'm gonna go get a soda. Otherwise, I'm gonna end up falling asleep with you guys. Later on, alright, I'm back with my soda. Probably wondering what kind of soda did you get, Max? I got a Pepsi, a cherry Pepsi. So, that's the only thing that I have in my fridge. I have some Dr. Pepper. I got a Pepsi Zero, cherry Pepsi. That's very much, and some water, I guess. I highly doubt the water will keep me awake, so, yeah. Delicious. Very delicious. Let me make sure that my audio is being captured. Oh, it is. It is. Nice. Nice. As I said, I don't want misunderstandings like later on to be like, hey Max, you're watching YouTube video behind the scene while you're letting us learn all of this. If that was the case, folks, I wouldn't be able to make this. Because I know I know stuff like this happened before. Well, not now though, but had happened before. If that was the case, if you check my previous videos and you were to say, Max, you were watching X4 Foundation or something, on your TV while letting us watch all of this, that was the case, tell me, why would I understand to build all of this? I can literally build this right now without watching the video, and I can prove it. Let's delete the cube by clicking the delete key. And to add cubes, we can go to add, go to mesh, we go for that one, and we click F9. I'm just gonna leave that to 48. We're looking for the radius. Radius, arc, man. F9 again. Right there. But let's fix the segment first. Let's go for the radius. A little bit. Let's go for, yeah, I think 40 should be fine. Let's go for F9 again. Radius has been complete. Let's see how big of a donut we can have it. Well, yeah, I'd rather leave it like that. And based on what I understood, what I'm doing, that is the resolution. That's a big donut, don't you think? Let's decrease it, shall we? There you go. That's normal sized donuts. And now you're probably thinking, hey, why does it look like that? That does not look like your previous work. Exactly. Yes. That does not look like my previous work. We click on the donut. We click right click, and we want to click right there. Shade smooth. There you go. Now that's a donut. You see that, folks? That's a donut. I really do not like how it looks like. Let me see if I can click F9 again. Alright, it seems that I can no longer go back. Yeah, I believe it's once it's done, it stays like that. Like that. Ta-da! Yeah, that's a donut. Big giant donut though. For that I need to add a big giant plate. And then we are at the coffee mug. You're probably wondering, what about the coffee mug, Max? You're totally right. The coffee mug. Let's see, give me a second. Let's move this a little bit over there. Now we click. Remember, go to tab. Do not click tab. Go to tab and then move one finger on top of tab. Then click that. Then move to view selected. That will place us all our focused on the shape. Now we click F9. All right. Wait a second. Yeah, you gotta be kidding. This can be confusing. We go for edit mode, I guess. Okay, no, we're not going to edit mode. Okay. We might gonna have to delete the cube again. And add an object again. There you go. I think 40 should be more than enough. Radius. We want it a little bit smaller because we want a small cup. Small cup. That'd be all clear. Now we want to move our cup right there. Now we want the shade move. Oh, this thing is very shade, so let's go to undo. Folks, give me a second. My grandma's calling me, so I'll be right back to enjoy the soda and explain that I am actually paying attention with you guys and doing the work together. Alright, folks. My grandma wants me to make her cereal, so I'm gonna try to wrap it up this. And then we're gonna hear temporary music. Trying to remember. Uh, okay, we need to cut down. Ah, don't tell me, I forgot. Yes, 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 yes. Control R. All right, folks. I'm gonna delete the cube. I'm might gonna have to watch the video again. For now, enjoy music. My chihuahua is screaming. I don't know whether you guys can hear it or not, but I definitely can hear my chihuahua screaming. Enjoy music for a while. I'll be right back. This is a live channel. I really recommend for you guys to subscribe to him. Lo-Fi Tone Art and support his YouTube channel. Love his music. Enjoy it. I'll be right back. Give me a second, folks. Hi, it appears somebody's calling me via Discord. Give me a second, folks. Hello? Hello? Alright, well, you guys enjoy the music for a while. I'll be right back. Alright, we're back. We're completely back. This is embarrassing. Recording. Yes, I'm busy, yes. Alright, yeah, that was the guy that I was gonna get scammed. This is completely embarrassing. I am so embarrassed, I gotta tell you guys that. I am the guy, that type of guy, paranoid. Alright, where were we? Right, we were on Blender, right.
Like, we forget what labor costs, you know? Like, you think like a coffee mug is like $2, right? Or $1, or it's free. Like, it's just, there's so many of them, it doesn't even matter. But like, no, like, to hand make something, like, obviously, any of these mugs, they take more than a few hours to make if you're making it by hand. So like, yeah, $33 is probably like break even for them. Probably not even making any money, but it's just like, yeah, anyways, whole side topic of like the economy of handmade ceramic mugs, but people are buying them for $123. All right, so all that is to say is I want you to get an image, and the one I'm going to use, the link for this is below, and it's on my website. I've got all the links to everything we're going to be using in this tutorial. But there's two ways to add images. So one way is to go to the add menu and then just go image and then say reference. And then you just pick wherever the reference is, and you can drop it in. The alternative way...
Why do we need to add image? That's the main problem. Like, can't we just not do it on our own? You know, without relying on image? Isn't that the whole point, without relying on image? Or we rely, you know, do we have to rely on image? Like, what's the point of the image though? That's what I'm confused. Like, is it possible to do it without an image?
And it's something that we didn't used to be able to do. And that's to just drag over from wherever it is on your computer and then just drop it into Blender, and it will recognize it as an image and it will bring it in as an image object. So either of those ways will work. So this is the image. This is the one we're going to use. Now, if you quickly orbit around, you'll notice that it's come in at a funny angle. Now, but I don't know why Blender does this. I think it's because they think people want it locked to the perspective that they were at when they brought it in there. But I never needed that.
How do you plan
so we just need to clear this rotation and then rotate it to the way we want. So to clear the rotation, I'm going to hit Alt-R. The alternative way, Object, Clear, Rotation, Alt-R, same thing. Now it's flat. So now we need to rotate it, prop it upright so that it is flat onto, you know, how it should be relative to the scene. So I need to rotate it. So I'm going to hit R.
All right.
So but we're now in freehand rotate mode, and it's relative to where we were looking at it, which is this funny angle. So if you remember from before, when we're in a move state, like rotate, scale, or grab, we can lock something to a specific axis.
Remember,
whilst we're in this mode by just
G is for grabbing, and R is for rotate. S is for scale. You're probably wondering, hey Max, you still remember from the first video? Of course I remember. I've been paying attention with you guys. Of course. The only thing that I don't remember much is about the... I am so embarrassed. Sorry, folks. When I said this is embarrassing, it's because I was, my, not my, but the guy that I hired for the 3D model, I guess he contacted me. I got paranoid whenever I buy, like, because it's my first time doing this with contractors. I gotta tell you this. It's the first time I do with this with contractors. I get paranoid. I don't trust contractors if there's no safe, you know, way of payment method. He wanted Cash App. I thought he run away with the money. I was like, oh man, I'm about to cry. But nah, well, what I was willing to do is report it to the administrator on Discord and have this guy banned to ensure others do not get scammed. So that's why. That's good news. At least he's gonna give me the file though. He said that he spent the $50, so he's gonna give me a semi-realistic. Like, you gotta be kidding. This was not part of the agreement. Like I told you guys, the agreement was between me and him that if he gives me a second model, I'm willing to add an extra 50. He said we agreed. But then he started changing the agreement after I sent him the payment. I guess he took advantage. Now, he refused to send the $50 because he said that he already spent it on the subscription. He's gonna make me a semi-independent something. I have no idea. Realistic character, I guess. Yeah. And I cannot wait to show it to you guys. I cannot wait. I actually have those plans, plans for those characters for you guys. We're gonna make. We also gonna be learning animation, not just 3D Blender, folks. This channel is not limited to anything. We're gonna be learning animation one way or another. We're gonna figure it out. Together we're gonna figure it out. I gotta tell you that. Together. All right. Well, worry. Let's continue through Blender, shall we? What do you guys think? Sorry if I click pausing the video. I will send in the link after I finish recording this video. I'm gonna send in the link of this YouTuber. As you can see, I am still subscribed to this guy. You see, I see. You see all of that. I have it personalized. Should I leave it at all? You know what? Screw it. Let's do it for all. All right. Let's continue with the video.
Just tapping the letter of that axis. And if you don't know the letter, you can see we really want it on this red line here. And that red top right hand corner, that is the X axis. So I'm going to hit X. There we go. So now it is locked to that axis, which is good. And now we want it to be 90 degrees.
Whoa,
there we go. Top right of the letter. We're in this mode by just tapping the letter of that axis. And if you don't know the letter, you can see we really want it on this red line here. And that red top right hand corner, that is the X axis. So I'm going to hit X. There we go. So now it is locked to that axis, which is good. And now we want it to be 90 degrees. So you could either hold down Control, and you can see in the top, what that does is that's now moving it in 5-degree increment. You can see in the top is good. And now we want it to be 90 degrees. So you could either hold down Control, and you can see in the top, what that does is that's now moving it in 5-degree increments. Or you could just type in the number 90 on your keyboard and then hit enter. And there we go.
Nice.
So that's how we bring it in and clear the rotation and set it up.
Too much work. If you guys see too much work,
now it's way too big. So hotkey to scale something, S. Okay, S to scale. And now I'm just going to scale this down. And I can't see my mug. So my mug is behind it. So let me just move my mug. I'll move my mug forward. So let's move it forward to there. Okay. All right. And then now, I'm going to look at it like front on. Okay, so I can do that by clicking this little minus Y at the top there. That'll do front on. Or the hotkeys, because I use my numpad. For those of you blessed with a numpad, you'll like it. You can hit numpad 1, that's front view. Numpad 3, that's side view. Or numpad 7, that is top view. But I use those a lot. But again, you can use these if you don't have it. Okay, so front view. And then I'm going to scroll in to zoom. Shift middle mouse to pan to the side. And now I'm going to move this over here and I'm going to scale this down again to get it roughly to be the size
So
of
delicious Pepsi.
my mug here. Because I know that this mug is right relative to the donut, so it should be good. And then what I'm looking at for the size of this image here is I want the top of this rim here to roughly match the bottom down there. So this, like, I want that to match that. So it's still a little bit too big. And you'll notice I can't really easily do it from this angle. I mean, I can, but the problem is that this photograph is taken with a camera from the real world where there is perspective.
All
But we are
right.
looking in 3D and
Let's go get look for a coffee mug. Ah, man, I really wish I did not close Blender. That's our coffee mug, as you can see. Now we have to go online and go get ourselves a coffee mug. Mm, nice. I really want to do this, to be honest. Nice. This is beautiful. Ah, imagine if you're an expert in 3D art. If I was an expert in 3D art, I would be drowning in beautiful environments like this. Nice. It's amazing. I would not want to sell my art, to be honest. Now this is the cup of that we want. All right. Do any of you can let me know how do I download this? Maybe I'm gonna have to ask ChatGPT to help me with this. Open link. Open link. Open link. Split review. View on that. Open link. Incognito window. We don't need incognito. Open link as. No way. I'm not gonna open link via my accounts. No way. Save link as. All right. Let's click it on. We go for downloads. Where the heck is the down right there? Now we have to go back to Blender and go to reference. Rename. Reference, 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 reference. Reference, reference, reference. Let's go to mesh. Reference. Okay, let's go with add. No, those are to add cubes. Reference, reference. Ah, I'm about to cry. I don't know where the heck this thing even is. Let's go for edge. Reference, reference. Reference. Alright, I'm gonna go watch the YouTube because I don't know what the heck he did.
actually one way for I can't on there. Not eat and more again view from can move 2 bit into 4 degree to that X with tab. So
Sorry folks,
object we
we're
want. So to needed that one it now the all those ways and it will recognize alternative way reference. So one way is to go to the add menu and then just go image and then say reference.
alright. Let's go to image. Let's go to add. Image, image, image. Alright, we may have a problem. Oh no, never mind. And then we went to downloads. Okay, well, we went is not here though, so we can attempt to do this. Alright, I guess it's not working. I guess we do need to download it. Alright, yeah, I don't know how, so we're gonna have to download this coffee mug download. You know what, screw it, let's go ask ChatGPT to go make us. Obviously, we want the free version. This thing is loading too much. You know what? See if I can PDF coffee mug download. Let's see, coffee cup template. Excuse me? Pepsi has too much air, I gotta tell you that. Ah, no, I don't want that. Can any of you guys help me here? Mm, let's, yeah, let's do that. But we want the coffee bites. We want the coffee mug by itself. Copy an image. Search this image. No. Open a new. The image has been downloaded. We have a copy. Good. Let's go to add. Let's go to reference. Let's go to download. Where the heck is he? We did the 16. It's not here. Let's go home. Desktop. Where the heck is he? You gotta be kidding. Alright, never mind. It's just, let's see. Scan text. No. Place it in a screenshot. Yeah. We're clear. It should work, I guess. Let's go add. Can anybody let me know why this is not working? Yeah, I'm looking for it because it would already be there. Today is the 16th. Right here it is. I did add it. Did I add it correct? Ah, great. I just ruined. How do I delete this? I'm going to attempt to add again. Otherwise, we're gonna have to can attempt one more time, and if it does not work, I guess we're gonna have to do it without the image. All right, it seems that yeah, it seems that the yeah, it does not want to work. I don't know what is going on. Yeah, we're gonna have to do it without the image. Yeah, sorry folks. I don't know what is going on. Maybe I'm doing something wrong that I'm not seeing here. Yeah, I got no idea what the heck's going on here. Let's go back to our modifiers. Where were we? Edit mode. Ah, yeah. Basically, I might screw this thing off. Never mind. Yeah, we're gonna. I'm sorry, folks. We're gonna have to do it, without the image.
And then you just pick wherever the reference is, and you can drop it in. The alternative way, and it's something that we didn't used to be able to do, and that's to just drag over from wherever it is on your computer and then just drop it into Blender, and it will recognize it as an image and it will bring it in as an image object. So either of those ways will work. So this is the image. This is the one we're going to use. Now, if you quickly orbit around, you'll notice that it's come in at a funny angle. Rotates it like that point. It didn't try slow this down. I'll move my mug forward. So let's move it forward to there. Okay. All right. And then now, I'm going to look at it like front on. Okay. So I can do that by clicking this little -Y at the top there. That'll do front on. Or the hotkeys, because I use my numpad. For those of you blessed with a numpad, you'll like it. You can hit numpad 1, that's front view. Numpad 3, that's side view. Or numpad 7, that is top view. But I use those a lot, but again, you can use these if you don't have it. Okay, so front view, and then I'm going to scroll in to zoom, shift middle mouse to pan to the side, and now I'm going to move this over here, and I'm going to scale this down again to get it roughly to be the size of my mug here, because I know that this mug is right relative to the donut, so it should be good. And then what I'm looking at for the size of this image here is I want the top of this rim here to roughly match the bottom down there. So this, like, I want that to match that. So it's still a little bit too big. And you'll notice I can't really easily do it from this angle. I mean, I can, but the problem is that this photograph is taken with a camera from the real world where there is perspective. But we are looking in 3D, and actually when we're in an axis like this, the reason it all becomes flattened is because it is in perspective mode. If you click that little button there, that'll actually put you back into perspective mode, and you can see how things get distorted and like angles and things. So the best reference is actually reference, which is in orthographic, like blueprints for something, but you usually don't have that, so you just go from something like this and just kind of best guess it. Anyways, okay, cool. So that's roughly the right size of image. Now we can model by going into edit mode by hitting tab, toggle in and out of edit mode, and we can start to shape this to look like this mug here. So the first thing you will notice is like the general broad shape of the mug is that it actually kind of tapers towards the top. Both lines are kind of tapered upwards. And then there's like a kind of a midpoint around about here where it starts to invert and it goes in the other direction. Okay, so it's a very smooth object and perfect for using subsurf modifier, which is what we've already got. So to get that taper going up to the side, I want to shrink the top of the mug here just a little bit. So I'm going to hold down Alt,
nice.
and I'm going to go into edge select mode at the top there, and then Alt, and then just left click on that line there. Not on like a middle point like here, or it'll select a different edge, but just on the middle there. And then now I want to scale this in to just shrink the size just a little bit. So I'm going to scale that to there. And then I'm going to select the line underneath it, and I'm going to do the same thing. So
Wait a
Alt,
minute,
click
is
on that
what we
line.
done last time? Scale it out, shrink. I'll be damned. Nice. Oh yeah, boy. Yeah. Nice. Now we can. Ah, crap. Alright, let's go. No. We're trying to undo everything back how it was. Barely cannot see Jack here. There you go.
That edge, and then just scale it, about halfway there. Now I want to create this like widened point right here. And you can see like from here, like there's a lip at the bottom, but like from here to here, and then it goes up, I'd say probably 20% up the mug. That's where that middle point is. So this line is close, but I'd probably pull it up a little bit. So I'm going to double tap G, and that'll let me slide that edge there and a little bit. So that's where that middle point is.
Alright, let's test it out. Let's go to edit mode. Whoa. Whoa. Hey. You okay? What the heck did I just did? You gotta be kidding. Let's try to get everything in there. Give me a second, folks. I'm trying to fix the mistake. Because apparently I just ruined my mug here. Alright, yeah, I just ruined my mug. Yeah, I think that watching videos is breaking my mind. Next time we're gonna go in there blind and attempt to build fun stuff. Is building donuts? Uh, are we in edit mode? I'm not even sure we're in edit mode. Alright, apparently I'm just messing around with the mug though here. Do I like the mug? No, I don't. This guy, not the YouTuber though, the guy that I hired, claims it's gonna take some time, to build a 3D character. So what I plan to do here is, I plan to learn this, and I'm gonna prove it does not take that long. Not that long like he claimed. For me, it's gonna take me that long because I'm learning Blender right now. I don't know what I am doing. So far, this is what I learned how to build a donut and a cup. To be honest, I have no idea how the heck did I even ended up cutting this. No, I don't want to delete the edge, so that's how you cut it down, alright?
So this line is close. You flip it like that. In select and just so that right by hitting
Like
the back was instead is still flame. I know that this mug and to the side, and now I need to be the size of my mug here because I know that this mug is a side box candle.
I'm gonna show you.
Put that like aims for something of hitting to look
this guy went
image.
To edit
now
mode.
We can model by going into edit mode by hitting tab. Toggle in and out of edit mode,
little black lines,
and we can start to shape this to look like.
I don't know how he did it. Yeah, I have no idea how he did it. This project may be canceled, I guess. Alright guys, it's been like an hour and something, so this is embarrassing. We hardly done anything. Hardly done nothing. Guess Blender it is hard to do, I guess.
Like this mug here. So the first thing you will notice is like the general broad shape of the mug.
Yeah, well, have a nice day, everybody. Thank you for your patience.